Hey guys, it's April. Welcome back to my channel, House to Home. Today I'm going to be doing my first Christmas DIY for 2019. And it is this cute farmhouse picture. Well, I don't know if you would call it a picture. I guess it would just be a sign. But it is made using supplies from Walmart and the Dollar Tree. So if you're interested in seeing how we made this, then keep on watching. And also, if you are new, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. It is just the start of Christmas, so we are going to be having a lot more videos coming your way soon. And if you're excited about Christmas DIYs, give this video a thumbs up. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, well first I'm going to go through all the things that you need. First, one of these wooden signs. I picked this up at Walmart in their craft section and it was $6.99. They have other options as well, like just plain wood, the whitewash, and I think one more. You'll need some gray Waverly chalk paint, which I ended up not using it for what I thought. I'll explain later. 3 of the fake Christmas trees. I got one of them from Walmart and the other 2 were from the Dollar Tree. You got 2 in a pack. These wooden snowflakes also that come in a pack. They're stickers from the Dollar Tree. This buffalo check ribbon. I picked that up at Hobby Lobby with 50% off, but you can use any color scheme or ribbon you would like. My glue gun and glue sticks. Scissors and a paintbrush. Oh, and a pencil. And that's about it. So let's get started. So the reason I picked out this frame was because I got this idea that I wanted to stick the trees on the inside, that they would just kind of sit on the inside of the frame. Now normally this picture, or I guess wooden frame, you would use the other side to DIY on, but I'm actually turning it inside out to work on it, just so it kind of has like that more like shadow box look to it. I found this sign online. It just said walking in a winter wonderland, and that is what I used as my inspiration to just kind of freehand this text on here. Now, if you're not very good at doing that, I would advise, either using a vinyl cutter if you have one, or printing out wording and then just shading on the back with a pencil and then retracing it over so it leaves the marks. Now, I put the trees in first because I was trying to get an idea of where they would sit, so when I did my wording, it wouldn't cover it. Now, with the bigger tree, I'm cutting the back of it, just cutting some of the bristles off. That way it will lay flatter in the frame and I'll be able to glue the base so that it's not hanging over the edge. So as you can see now, that one end of the tree now is like flatter and it looks kind of funny, but it's going to make it so that I can glue that down and it won't stick out anymore. Now I'm going to start working on my letters. Now I was going to use a paintbrush with my gray chalk paint and kind of just paint the letters, but I noticed that the gray just wasn't really standing out very well on the whiteboard. So instead, to make my life easier, I went upstairs and I grabbed a Sharpie, and as you can see, I'm just tracing over all of the letters with my black Sharpie marker. Now, if you guys feel more comfortable painting your words on, then I would say go for it. I find it a little easier to use these like Sharpies or even like paint pens, just because you have more control, and if you don't have a very steady hand, it makes it that your letters look more crisp and just not sloppy. The key is to try to make it look like it's store-bought, so we want to make these letters look really sharp and just neat in general. Now, here you'll see me taking a piece of sandpaper and just lightly rubbing it over the words. I thought at first that they just looked a little bit too dark, so I was trying to like distress it or just lighten it up, and ultimately in the end it really didn't do a whole lot by doing this. It actually just kind of smeared the black a little bit, which I wasn't happy. So I don't know if I'd advise doing this step. It really didn't harm anything either way. But if you do, want to make it look more like distressed and old, then go ahead and sandpaper it. Okay, so now we're going to start gluing down our trees. I'm going to put a generous amount of hot glue on the bottom of the base of each of these trees, and I'm just going to press them down and hold them in place for a few seconds till they dry. Now I'm going to take some of those little wooden snowflake stickers from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue them down on my sign where I would like them. You will see in the finished product that I actually added a fourth snowflake, but you'll get the idea. I just kind of felt like it was a little bit bare down on the bottom and I needed a second one. So now I'm going to get a paintbrush and I'm going to dip it into my gray chalk paint, but just only putting little amounts on my brush at a time. And I'm going to try to just dry brush and go around the rim of this frame just to give it a little bit more dimension. I didn't realize that this gray color I used was so light, so it didn't really do a whole lot or make it stand out much more. So this step is optional, but I just thought I'd do it to add a little contrast between that and the white background of the frame. Next, I'm going to take my paintbrush, again with only a little bit amount of the gray, and I'm going to dry brush a little bit onto each of those snowflakes. And I'm also going to take some white chalk paint and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to take a little bit of the white and I'm also going to brush it along the edge of the frame too to make it look more distressed. Next, I'm going to cut off the jute twine hanger on the top of the frame because there is no way that this is going to be able to hang in that direction anymore now that I decided to DIY on the back. Now, I found this greenery at Walmart. It was 97 cents for a pick of it. So I'm going to take a piece of each, like on each side, and I'm going to glue it down to kind of imitate like a little garland. Now, once we have all that glued down, we are going to take a piece of our buffalo check ribbon, and I'm going to make a bow that I'm going to stick in the middle between the two pieces of greenery so you don't see those little stems. Now, again, at this point, if you are into the red and black buffalo check, or even just like a whole other theme altogether, feel free to customize and use whatever kind you would like. I think red would definitely be really pretty if you use that as your color scheme for Christmas. And yeah, just tie a normal bow. I'm just cutting off the ends because this ribbon, I like it, but it definitely does fray a lot on the ends. So I'm just cleaning that up, and then when I'm all done, I will glue it down into the center. Now, I'll be honest, at this point, I pretty much thought the project was done, but the more I kept looking at it, I just felt like it needed more. So I started getting my buffalo check ribbon and just kept adding little strings of hot glue and just kept going around and gluing it around the frame. I just thought that when it was hanging up on the wall, it would be really cute if you could see the ribbon or the buffalo check print from the side. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going along, adding my glue and just smoothing it out until I get to the end, and then I'll just overlap the piece a little bit so it doesn't show any fraying, and I will just cut it off. My little helpers are, of course, just coming around and sniffing, and I turned my back for a second, and Baron literally had one of my little Christmas trees in his mouth. So yeah, they might think they're helping me, but secretly they're just trying to sabotage my DIY. But anyway, that is it. We are all done our project. Like I said, all I did was add a fourth snowflake onto the bottom there. And I think all else I did to it was I just I cut off a little piece of jute twine and then just stuck it in the center of each of the snowflakes, made a little ball. just to give it something a little bit extra. But overall, I love this project. I think it's so farmhouse and so cute and neutral, and it will go perfect with all of my decor. And the best part is it probably was like $8 something to make. And you can customize it, put whatever saying you want, do any color ribbons or just anything. So if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.